This morning we're talking about my soil terraforming device, okay? Which it's not finished yet, but we kind of got the idea. And we're also going to talk about the Occultist secret society, which infiltrated all the Freemasons and revealed their secrets. And disappointing facts as always. So stick around, get your coffee, and, listen to me like a podcast, just like, while you're working, while you are doing something, just listen to me like a podcast, okay? We are gonna grab a cold one, energy drink, and we're also gonna talk about some cold shit, why I have been finding new reasons to avoid people here. I mean, they're not people, they're Bulgarian retards. But it's very scary. Very scary. Yesterday I was watching a Shizu video about brain worms and brain parasites and like how all the actors get like the left eye, they get like a blue left eye, right? Anyway, let's just get straight into it, right? So, soil terraforming device. So it is pretty cool, but it's not like a machine. I call it a device, but it's more like a chemical recipe. So we haven't perfected it yet, but in theory it should work. But of course the question is, how much we're really gonna need it? We'll see. But the idea came from the wonderful video game called TERRAFORMIng. So in this game, you're basically playing terraforming. So you start with some barren land, and you put some you're like a alien that has like terraforming machine. So you drop some structures, you drop some like a toxin scrubber machine. It like makes the land fertile. You drop it in some like desert, barren toxic land, and it like purifies the toxin, makes the land fertile. And you drop like a irrigation machine, it like makes the grass grow, right? So I'm like, man, let me open this. What was I saying? In the video game, it's so fucking cool to make some kind of machine that like irrigates, cleans the toxins and like makes everything fertile. What if we can make this in real life? With AI, I can keep asking it until it shits out something that makes sense, something I can actually do, right? So, we know about just like, let's talk about your garden, let's talk about your backyard, right? So people would walk around spraying fertilizer, throwing dust fertilizer, that's how they do it. They would like throw some ash, throw some stuff around, spray some stuff, and sometimes they set things on fire to kind of create ash that would like terraform the soil, right? So when there's too much like dead grass, and they would want to make like a controlled fire, because it's too much grass, too much maybe nitrogen or whatever. They want to like balance things and like get the soil down. I don't know exactly why they're doing it, but a lot of Bulgarian farmers do it, and they set fires, they get uncontrollable by accident, and you get like fucking highway fires. Sorry, excuse me. You get like, I remember I would see like all these fires and smokes on the highway, like what the fuck are these people doing? So, also, I know I'm without a t-shirt, so it looks kind of weird, like some shirtless guy is talking to you about terraformation devices and occult secrets, occultists. It's like, well, well, interesting. I know I'm not wearing a t-shirt, but hey, we're all friends here. Yeah, I don't need to wear a suit, so you gotta listen to me. Like, I'm a respected member of society. I work in an office. I've done that shit. I worked in an office. It's so gay. It's so bullshit. Okay, so if I wanna, excuse me, but people already know I'm a writer in psychology. Published. Okay. Okay. He's like, published. So, give me a second. All right. And I think that we can talk about cool stuff like terraforming your soil and oculus secrets and occult secrets. I think I can be shirtless in my own home, just like chilling, just like. Fuck. And right off the bat, I do have an occult knowledge discovery for all of you, and I know you're thirsty. My viewers are always thirsty for secret knowledge and life hacks, so I'm giving it straight to you. There was a girl on Twitter, 34-year-old woman apparently, who had her dog die recently from like bladder kidney problems, and the dog was so sick, the bladder was so inflamed, she had to make a choice to have it put down. And of course the woman is very, very upset, and she keeps posting like, my dog died, and it's been a week, and we got the urn, and okay. And I'm like, and she appears to be some kind of a wrestling fan. Like, she likes wrestling. She has like 30,000 followers. So okay, some random girl likes wrestling. She has like 30,000 followers. Okay. Well, let me say something nice. I'm not gonna shill my book or anything. I'm just like, hey, because all of you remember I made a recipe so cats and dogs don't get kidney problems. All these cubes made from a broth with some special herbs. And even without the herbs, if you just use like 2 chicken drums and frozen cranberries, which you gotta remove the oxides using like eggshells, okay, crushed eggshells. At least that's what I got so far. But anyway, I'm like, well, if it's about animals, I'm gonna tell the girl the cure, so she, her next dog isn't gonna die. So she's gonna know how to fix this, so she doesn't feel powerless, because she was saying how powerless she felt when she couldn't do anything. She had to make the choice to have the dog put down because it was in pain, and it's watching some disease kill your dog and you can't do anything. Well, what if I gave you the solution? What if I'm like, hey, I'm gonna tell you how to fix this for free right now, so you never have to suffer this to your next pet, right? You'd think she'll be like jumping, excited, it would be like a big celebration. Like, no, the normies, they would. I can tell you, like, your daughter has the K word. If your child has the K word, I can tell them like, here's how to fix it. Here's the herbal, they're like, they would walk past me, they would hit me in the head, they would have me killed. Dude, normies have become like completely like, it doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. So here's the strange thing. So I tell her once, I'm like, hey, what if I told you that there's a recipe, you can make it at home, I'll tell you for free, that your next dog, it's not gonna have kidney problems and you'll never have to worry, what would you say to that? Like, I'll tell you the recipe for free, you can make it at home, no money, okay? So did you think she answered? Because that girl, she wasn't getting like a lot of comments or anything, right? And I'm actually gonna try to search. Yeah, there she is. The girl is called Smiley. She's called CM Smiley with two E's. CM Smiley. And she's got 3 comments on her last post. So this is the second or third time I posted yesterday. I'm asking if I had a recipe that can prevent your next dog from ever getting kidney problems. Would you want to try it? Nothing. Okay. So, oh shit, Nikki Blackheart finally went on NXT. Oh wow. So this girl Smiley, she has almost 7,900 followers, and she's following 6,700 people. And she's even followed by Brittany Brooks and Kaya McKenna, some indie wrestling girls. Well, Brittany Brooks and Kaya McKenna aren't following me, but I'm not a black girl, right? I'm a male fan who actually watches them. So this girl, it doesn't make sense. It actually... She's like reposting a lot of shit. Like, is it a real person? Is it a bot? Because like you have to... I don't fucking get it. So I wrote to her 2 times. She's not getting a lot of comments. Even though she apparently has almost 8,000 followers, she's not getting a lot of comments. She's got like 3 comments. And I tell her twice. I tell her on like 2 separate days. Like, she sees it. Like, she's not dumb. It's not like she doesn't see it. I tell her, hey, let me give you a recipe that can make it so you never lose a dog again to like kidney diseases. And she's just like completely ignoring me. And I get like fucking like, dude, I gotta get to the bottom of this. Like, what is going on with these people? You're giving them recipes that fix all their problems, and they're like, just completely, no thank you. Like, what is going on? Something is like, and this has been happening. It's not like the only case. Like, for example, when I finished my book and I wanted to market it, right? I found, just by random accident, I found a couple of different women on Twitter who were posting how depressed they were, and they were roping, this is gonna be my last post. And they were saying how they were spending they were spending money on therapy, like they were going to therapy paying hundreds of dollars, and it's like, wait a minute, my book costs $14. Even though my book costs $14 and you're saying how you're going on therapy spending hundreds per hour, I'm like, you know what, I wrote a book designed to bring people back from, brutal depressions and roping, change your life. I'll give you a free copy, just, if it changes your life, maybe you'll tell people, right? Marketing. There must have been like at least two different women where I was like, hey, like, let me help you. Like, I'm actually serious. I wrote this. It's designed to get people back from clinical depression. It changes you forever. It's like an injection, right? They completely ignored me. Like, some woman that's like apparently posting on Twitter every day how she's like spending hundreds on therapy and she's so depressed and it's actually serious, it's actually gonna rope myself, and she's saying this is gonna be my last post on Twitter, and it's like, you offered to give her the book and she just like completely like ignores you, no response, and she's like, post something else. And I snap and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm giving you like a fucking fix and you are for free that the people have paid for. And you're just like being a roast. You're just like, I don't know. Am I talking to bots? What is going on, bro? So, the point of what I'm talking about right now is because I've always been afraid that now that I get into chemistry, if I have recipes that, for the K word, your child won't get the K word. What if I say it, and what if like Bulgarians watch the video and then all these idiotic Bulgarians that would like want to run me over on the street, or they want to play loud music at night, all these Bulgarians that made me like leave my job. What if they find the cure, how to not the K word? And I'm like, I can't, like, I'm so afraid. If I can talk about healing animals, if I have a recipe so cats don't get kidney problems, I can share it. But like, I can't, if I have something good for people, I can't really share it with my fans because Bulgarians would know how to like make their lives better, right? And I'm like, I hate them so much. I hate them. This is not a joke. It's not exaggerated. It's not like, no, he's being edgy. Like when I read that they crashed their car and died on the news, I'm like, yeah, like, fuck yeah. I make myself like, fuck yeah. 4 less Bulgarian retards to worry about. Like, the life I have lived here, the absolute hell. Fucking pieces of shit. And I seriously, I don't want them to have any cures, any psychological, like how to fix things, any occult knowledge. And I have been finding out like so much. It's just like never ending, just red pill, red pill. You found something else. You discovered something else. And then you suddenly realize with normies, with the retards, you can have a video just literally like, hey guys, today I'm teaching you how to fix the K word, and this is how you do it, and now you're never gonna get the K word. The Bulgarian retards would like pass me and laugh at me, like you can beg them to try it, and they would like assault you, make fun of you. They will just ignore you, like, who's this weirdo? He claims he can fix the K word. So, like I told you, my car electrician yesterday. I leave the car, I asked him, hey, can I stay like to apprentice, like, maybe I stay an hour, maybe I come for a week, I help you out, I learn some things. He's like, nah, I don't need any help, just like completely. And I was thinking I was gonna give him like a small sample of this potent extract that nobody in the world has, that's made to clean your cells. Okay, so it prevents the K word from ever happening. It's like a fuel additive, right? That I spent days and then waiting months. It's not like a simple extract, right? So this thing, made by a pharmaceutical company, it would cost like $200. Okay, it's not for sale. Okay, I'm not like trying to scam you. So, and I'm like, if I gave this guy a bottle, if I was like, here's a bottle, if you fear that you might get the K word, just like take this, it's gonna clean your cells, it's gonna prevent you from getting the K word, it might save your child from getting the K word. He would just think, who's this weirdo? He thinks he's a chemist? What is this weird thing? Maybe it's poison, this is weird. He's gonna just throw it away. You can be giving him thousands of dollars that doesn't exist on the planet everywhere but in my family, and he would just, the Bulgarian would like throw it in the trash. Who's this weirdo? He thinks he's a chemist? What a weirdo. So normies have this like mental fog, like a mental wall, and you can be like telling them like, hey, let me like fix everything for you, and they would suddenly snap into like ignoring you, just like getting hostile, like, hey, let me help you, like, you're in pain, like, let me tell you how not never to be in pain. They would be like, they would snap at you. Usually the normies, they're so like, they come in your shit, you're doing something, that they come to snoop, they want to know everything, they're like they want to know everything, they want to have what you have, they're very jealous. And then you try to be like, hey man, your child has like some incurable, like, hey, let me fix your shit. They're like, get away from me, I'm gonna call the police. They're like spit in your face, like, peh. It's like, what is happening? If you're just trying to avoid them, they will do everything to come bug you. Like, I'm working on my car, they come like to bug me. Like the fucking Stasi police, like the CIA, FBI, they're coming to snoop around. They want to know everything. They want to have what I have, So, when I make the soil terraforming device, if somebody passes and see that I'm playing in my garden and putting some weird pots in there, you'll be like, hey, what you're doing? What you're doing? I want to have the same thing, what you're doing. I want to have what you're having. But if I make the video, if I'm like going around, hey people, I'm going to teach you how to make a soil terraforming device, they will be they would have me killed, they would have me arrested, they would say, oh, Kiddo is a terrorist. Kiddo, he's weird, he's a chemist, he's probably a terrorist, arrest him. So, like, normies are, you have no idea what I'm about to tell you in this video, what I have. And I'm not saying this like to keep you watching like some kind of a trick. Like, I've really been finding out some shit the past few weeks. I mentioned it yesterday on video. I have a new reason to stay away from normies, from Bulgarians. When we're talking about normies, there's no worse normies than fucking Bulgarian normies. Because, quick rundown, they might be getting possessed by random demons, and they have no will, like they're not going to resist any influence, so they might snap at you at any minute. They're walking portals. They're walking portals for like influences. At any point, any demon can be like, you should punch Kiddo in the face, or you should yell Kiddo, insult him, and they will say something, And it's like no, why would I get close to you? Why would I interact with somebody who has like no desire to control himself? They are like, what are we doing here, man? Seriously. And when my fans find my videos and they want to listen to me, that they like what I'm saying, these are awake people. The influences are not controlling them so much. They're trying to think, they're trying to learn. That these are all like great, signs. But with the normies, it's anyway. Let me try to finish my thought, so we can actually move on, talk about terraformation. So what I'm saying is, I was so afraid that normies might find out some like forbidden things and live better. Okay, which I absolutely like. No, it cannot happen. Okay. One of my fans was saying yesterday how if Kirill had a laboratory, he will be able to cure the K word in Bulgaria. I'm like, I want to cause the K word. I don't want to cure it, man. I want to. If there was some guy who's like, I'm finding research to cure the K word, I would be trying to kill him. Okay? Absolutely not. Normies are so evil. You have no idea. These are the same people that were setting witches on fire in the medieval times because some woman was like trying to get into herbs. Like she was trying, oh, what does chamomile do? I'm gonna try drinking some chamomile tea and see what happens. They're like, she's a witch. She knows more about herbs than me. Kill her. It's like, what are we doing here, bro? Right? Like, imagine Rhea Ripley in the medieval days. She's like playing the field of flowers. She's like, oh, what does this flower do? I'm gonna try to make it into a tea. Maybe I'll find a cure for something. And the chuds, the village incels are like, what is this Roasty doing? What is she doing? She's boiling flowers in water. What a witch. Let's just strap her to a cross and just fucking burn her shit. What a bitch. She won't sleep with me. What a bitch. So that's how the normies think. That's how the normies think, When a few months ago, when a voodoo sigil, voodoo symbols appeared on this retard's door, on the orphan's door, a lady came from the Section 8 from the government. She's like, whoever has done this must be mentally ill. Something is wrong with him. Because this is real magic. This is real black magic. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, the retard that's like power drilling a rented one-room apartment for 7 months. He's not mentally ill, but the guy who put the curse, he must be the mentally ill one, right, bitch? Right, you dumb bitch? And something tells me that this lady that was responsible for bringing this orphan retard, I feel like she's going to get cancer, and her children are also going to get cancer. I just have a feeling. I just have a feeling. I don't know. I think, But anyway, let's finish what I'm talking about. I just want to stand, dude. I just want to stand. Okay, let me get the phone like this. This is so fucking weird. Okay, this is better now. What am I saying? No, this is like too high or something. What are we doing, bro? Okay. Okay, let's finish what I was talking about. So basically, normies, yeah, you want to keep secrets away, but the funny thing is, it seems like the more you try to talk about the cool shit, like curing stuff and inventing things and psychology, fixing depression and all these problems, they seem allergic to actually like getting a fix and like, hey, you have no problem anymore. You can be happy now. They're allergic. They want to be getting attention. I don't know what's wrong with these mentally ill freaks, bro. Like seriously, I don't know what's wrong with these mentally ill freaks, bro. Seriously, on TD, we're gonna get your ass, girl. We're gonna get your ass, girl. Buddy Matthews, pow! Your husband is down. So, yeah, the last thing I'm gonna say before we change the subject to the terraforming machine is, like you would see when I make jokes about Ray Ripley, you see people saying how they read my book and it actually cured their depression, actually like changed their life, and they're like, fuck, I wasn't lying, right? It actually, but hey, like I've claimed it does this, but I can think it works, I can claim it does, but I want to see what happens when people read it. Like, does it actually work for them? Does it actually change their life forever? Does it actually cure depression? And yeah, my guy told me last night that it actually, when he read the book, it actually fixed his depression and changed his life. And I'm like, Zam, Zayst. And so, like, Ray Ripley, who needs the book far more, the book that's designed to fix depression and change your life, it was more that women need it. Women tend to have all these depressions. We men, we just cope. We might be feeling, we just cope. But women, they're the ones going to therapy, spending hundreds of dollars per hour. They're the ones saying they can't function. We men find ways to cope. We get into drinking. We play video games, right? So, you think random normie women would appreciate my book? It seems to be written more for them. No, it's my red pill guys. It's the intelligent people. The guys, the red pill guys, okay? They're the ones reading and benefiting from. The women are allergic. Apart from my female stalker, no other woman. I mean, okay, I have like one girl at work they gave the book to, okay? She's cool, but other than them, I haven't had any woman like read the book and like, in fact, the commentator Veda, the commentator Veda from which show was it? She before she's like blocked me on Twitter because I make creative videos, but I've never like said anything bad about her. I was always like posting comments, like being nice to her, saying like cool things. And she said she was like, oh, she's been having super bad depression, and I'm like, hey, Veda, let me email you. You're a commentator. I watch wrestling. You and Speedball. I know you like. I'm a published writer in psychology. I have a book that like fixes depression, right? It's gonna change your life. Here's a copy, And what do I find later? That not only did she not answer or say thank you or answer, like she blocked one of my accounts. I don't know if it was the same account or whatever, but she blocked one of my accounts. So you're like, hey, you have like clinical depression, you feel like you're roping. I'm like giving you the fix that you don't need to go to a therapist anymore. And you're like, you won't even say, you would spit in my face, you won't even say thank you, and then you're gonna block me. Like I'm some kind of a creep. The guy who's gonna make some Ray Ripley jokes. Get Interpol, arrest me, get Interpol. We're all gonna go to 30 years jail because we made fun of, oh my goodness, Ray Ripley, I made fun of her. Let me, shoot me in, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing? Tell me, what are we doing here, bro? People have paid money to support me for my book. They've paid money. I'm sorry. And I turn around thinking, well, if I help this woman for free, maybe she'll mention it, get some marketing going, right? Maybe she'll mention it. And it's like, they would like spit in your face like you're the biggest loser on the planet. Tomorrow, Veda's child might have the K word. And I'm going to be like, hey, Veda, I can fix this. I can save the life of your child. Would you like me to, for free? She would spit in my face, bro. These are the normie freaks that you're surrounded by. Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. These are the normie freaks that you're surrounded with. Start getting away from them. Start forming your own secret society cult, your friends. Start getting really secretive and start getting away from them. What are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? What are we doing? Fuck. So like Ray Ripley, when I make fun of her, even though she's the most depressed, she's got all the issues, she's suffering from depression, she's got all the, I could never get over it. The boy told me my shoulders are too big in 7th grade. She's got all these moods and depressions, Ray Ripley. Because I make jokes about her, and keep in mind, most of the jokes were, oh, you're a hot lady, I'm gonna kidnap you. Like, those were the jokes. Those were the awful jokes. Some guy is saying, it's joking that you're a hot lady and he might kidnap you. Oh, I'm so insulted, you bitch. I'm so insulted, you bitch. You ugly old bitch, I'm so insulted. Or like, open my book and like look into it. Oh, Kirill is a loser. Kirill is this Bulgarian Russian, he's a loser. He's a loser. She'll never like open my book and like try to read it. Like, oh shit, what is this? What if it works? What if right? She would never, right? In her mind, Kirill is a creepy incel. So okay, have fun with suicide. Have fun with suicide. Okay, Kirill is a creepy loser. Have fun with suicide, sweetheart. Go pay thousands of dollars for therapy and then have fun with suicide. And lifelong crippling depression, suicide. Have fun, sweetheart. Cutie, sweetie. Kirill that went through the worst mind depression disease that you can imagine. That Kirill was like roping ready, and Kirill managed to beat it. Kirill managed to transcend some stuff that I didn't even put in the book. Kirill got into occultism and rituals and self getting into trance, working on my mind in trance mode where everything's asleep. I'm working on my mind. I continued where the Monroe Institute stopped. I continued the work. You dumb bitch. The guy with the hemisync, the Gateway Project, the Monroe guy, that's you're gonna use binaural beats, you're gonna go into trance, you're gonna start getting hearing voices, you're gonna be communicating with demons. I continued that work, you dumb bitch. Anyway, yeah, Ripley, you're a loser to her. She would never, even though it's the one book that can fix her, okay? And scratch that. Even without the book, if she was just listening to my videos you are right now, she would be feeling $1,000,000. She would be fixed. She would be healed. Okay. Anyway, enough talking about this. Let's finally talk about the terraforming device. So I talked to the AI and said, okay, well, we gotta make something that's kind of worth it, because if we're getting the same thing just from sprinkling fertilizer on the ground, there's no need for to make some device you put in the soil and it emanates a field. No, it's So let's make something that makes sense. So we came out with the idea that there's this ancient technology of irrigation where you get a regular clay pot, because nowadays you have plastic pots. Nowadays you have a. Can we stop falling on the ground? Thank you. Plastic pot. But in the old days, they had, since the ancient days, they had clay pots. It's made from clay. Before you bake it into a ceramic, it's a porous clay material. So when it gets wet, it actually lets the water seep through the clay. So if you put water in, it's kind of gonna get the water out into the soil. It's gonna it's kind of like a membrane, like a sponge. It seeps the water in and out. So it's not a solid material. It just appears to be solid, but it's like a membrane, right? So if you put water in the clay pot and you touch from the outside, you're gonna get your hand wet, basically, right? So the ancient Mesopotamians, whatever, they would bury clay pots, fill them with water, and then put a lid on top so the water doesn't evaporate. So as it stays, the drier the ground is around a closed circle, it would release water. The drier the ground is around, the more water the pot will release. When it's raining, because the pot is there's a cap on top, it's not gonna fill with water, but it keeps the water from evaporating. So when it rains and the soil gets wet, the pot will stop releasing water, so it kind of equates. So that is the, I think it's called the OWA pot. OWA. OULA. The OWA method, the OWA pot. They've been doing that shit like the Sumerians, the Akkadians. And it's it's amazing, right? Which which leads me to believe, like, can't you make like an irrigation network? Well, you kind of can. Like, how are you gonna make like piping from like clay, right? It just the clay works great as in the form of pots, right? You can make like regular irrigation channels and just like pour water down the channels. Okay, but you're just better off like putting some sprinklers, right? Right? The clay pot keeps the ground wet for a long time. That's the whole thing. It keeps the ground wet for a longer time, as much as the soil needs, and when it's wet, it stops releasing water. So if you put like a water on top and a hose is dripping, it will keep dripping no matter if the ground is wet or it's raining, so it's just gonna keep dripping. But with the clay pot, it releases only when the soil gets dry. So it's like, whoa, 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 Okay. Don't worry, Ashley, I'm here to save you. So that's for irrigation. Okay, how do we turn this into like a toxin scrubber fertilizing device? Well, the AI tells me the idea that when you dig the hole, so you dig a hole in the backyard, you get a clay pot, maybe like, this would be like the minimum size, like this would be the minimum size, like, so you want slightly bigger than that, so that, or if you can find something slightly bigger, right, it should be like $5. If somebody's trying to sell you a clay pot for like $20, like, they're just trying to scam you. Like, it should be cost like a normal, like, $5 for the material. Like, that's it. Don't get fancy. We're talking paying for the material, not for Italian clay, Because if you go around spending $20 on clay pots, you're gonna bankrupt yourself. You're gonna spend a fortune in your backyard. It's like, come on, don't get jewed. And there is a lovely blackberry outside. My blackberry, I raised from a cutting for the past few weeks. It is growing on my balcony. Okay, guys, let me check my emails real quick. So, so like, if Rhea Ripley had a soul, she wouldn't be like playing in her like big mansion garden, trying to plant 3 flowers and just like get bored. Like, she would be doing cool shit like clay pots, doing like a fucking Zen garden, just like having like exotic plants. And she has the money. She has more free time than me, more money. You can see how soulless or roasty is. If she's like wearing a bikini, she smeared some dirt on the boob. She's like, I'm gardening. She got like three flowers, and she's gonna like put them in. And we never heard anything more. There was never an update, right? Yeah, I'm the mentally ill one. I'm not the fucking roasty that like has like a big plot of land bigger than my house, and she has unlimited money, And like you go there and everything's like cemented, everything's like asphalt and tiles and cement, and it's just grass. It's just like, don't you have any like cool plants, something cool? It's like, no, there's a swimming pool. Oh, there's a little sauna shed and like swimming pool. It's like there's no. The fuck is wrong with you? Soul is roasty. You can look in this little studio room, you know, and you would see it's so dirty. There's like stuff all around. There's so many stuff. You would say, oh, this guy's a total bum. Okay, but I'm not fucking soulless, am I? There's like a laser thermometer. There's like tools. There's like creative thing. There's like knives. There's like chemical extracts. There's a microscope. There's like strange like Fernet Branca liqueurs for curing your stomach. There's like, what else is there? There's all these like medical stuff, chemistry stuff. And you can see, when you observe a person, all you need to do is observe it. What's inside his house? Don't really look if it's like dirty or ordered. That doesn't really tell us something. It tells us if the person is orderly. So whether it's like dirty or there's stuff around, look what stuff there is around. Look what stuff is around him. And what he's doing in his free time. Right? Alright. So once you dig the hole, you actually need to put like a layer of like special like fermented like, so you gotta burn some wood. You gotta get like natural charcoal, I don't know how exactly, but basically what we're thinking is natural char, so burnt wood that turns into like black, and that will be your filter. It will pull everything. It will pull out toxin, but it will also pull out the nutrients. So you want to put some fertilizer back in the mix, so it would actually be releasing, because remember that the charcoal is going to be sucking everything, but it makes like a weird concoction where the biomatter, the rich biomatter with the charcoal, it kind of creates like a weird breeding ground where like worms and bacteria would be eating the toxins and shitting out like harmless stuff and good stuff. So it would be, I don't know, like I don't know how it will work yet, but I think it's like it's gonna work. So you put charcoal around the hole, like around the whole hole, and you put some kind of a biomatter like a comfrey tea, fermented comfrey, herbs, some like California worm droppings, I don't know, and maybe you put some worms in there, but they gotta be like the correct type of worm. You put some banana peels, you keep the soil moist, they start fucking shitting out, right? So you put some like biomatter, fermented biomatter, it starts to become like a compost, right? So you put the clay pot, you fill it with water, you close it. Now the clay pot starts like releasing water into the, right? But the question is, if there are toxins, let's say there are heavy metals in the surrounding circle around the pot, will they get pulled towards the charcoal? Because we know the water is like releasing out, but is there something pushing the toxins through the charcoal? I don't know. Because if, I don't know, we gotta check. do toxins travel through the water like around the soil, or is it just like the water leaches away from the water source? That's something to check out. But basically, the idea is some of the toxins, for example, the toxin in the comfrey that you will be using, can get stuck in the charcoal, and then the bacteria actually eats it. Some bacteria and worms eat it, and they shit out like harmless, like good stuff for the soil, right? So you'll be getting the benefits of the comfrey, but the toxin would be like eliminated. It would be even better. So it creates like a stuff get trapped in the charcoal, and the bacteria around the charcoal, the worms and the bacteria, starts like eating it and terraforming and making more good stuff. And then in a few months you can choose to dig out the charcoal or just let it like that. It depends on how contaminated your soil is, right? So in that way, even if the government sprays some aluminum and barium on your property, just to fuck with you, if you have these clay pots and you get some charcoal and it's sucking the toxins, you'll be like cleaning up and keeping your land like fertile. It might work. It might work, right? But I don't know. So far, the idea is that you dig a hole, you make a mix of like natural charcoal that you're gonna make yourself. Try not to set something on fire, have a controlled fire, okay? And you would add some like bio tea that you make, some bio waste that you make yourself, kind of like herbal tea. You would add it. Maybe it's dried herbs. I don't know yet. I gotta make the recipe myself. Okay. And of course, it has to be something that you can actually find. I don't wanna like give you some recipe where you can't find the ingredients. It's like, but no, it has to be like something that you can easily find in the store. Like it's available, no problem, right? Because why are we doing this, right? And you mix this herbs, waste, and tea. You mix with the charcoal. You put it in the hole. Then you put the clay pot with the water, right? You put some soil on top to seal it to the brim, and then it starts like terraforming. You're like, holy shit, I'm like a terraforming guy. Who am I? Terraforming guy. Just playing God. Playing God. And this is gonna be like really cool. But we gotta do some research. We gotta talk to the AI. There's not a lot of people who would like want to help us and give input. Like if you try talking to some scientists on YouTube, they're just gonna like make fun of you, ridicule you. They're not gonna give you any like creative like, hey, that works, that doesn't work, here's what to do. So when you're trying to find something new, sometimes you don't need. Sometimes people already found it. Like the clay pots, people already invented them. Thousands of years, like 4,000, 14,000 years ago, right? Anyway, before I end the video, I want to say what I was talking about, the cool stuff. We didn't get enough time to talk about the Oculus, but there's not a lot of mention. Basically, there was only one Freemason watch in the old days who were actually herbalist chemists like me. They were the only Freemasons who had some secrets where you actually learn something by being a Freemason. All the other schmucks are like political stuff, Jews, just fucking scams, pedophiles. Yeah, they don't even teach you how to summon demons. Like, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? Because if you want to talk to spirits, summon demons, you can just do that stuff at home. You don't need to join let me pledge my allegiance to some other human retards. Because I can't fucking, leave an apple to act like a spirit, to like invite it to talk to you. And if you leave an apple to a spirit in the forest, at least you might get a dream. It might teach you like how to take care of your plants. It might be like, hey, let me make life easy for you. Let me like give you a red pill. You go to church, nothing. You're gonna get groped. Amazing. Imagine if you were listening to some Christian YouTubers and you're just be hearing how you're a sinner, brother. Don't forget you're a sinner every day. You gotta always be sad and be a sinner. Don't look for solutions. Don't try to make things better. Just feel sad, emit deluge, and be sad, and you're a sinner. And we're struggling with nofap. We're really struggling with nofap, brothers. My brothers. It's like, dude, just like go fucking fap. Go have sex with your wife so she doesn't turn out like Rhea Ripley. Go satisfy your wife, which is natural and all the animals do it in nature. That's how you know it's a good thing. If the animals are fapping in nature and having sex in nature, it's probably a good thing that nature approves. It's not demonic. Fucking ass piece, man. Go have sex with your wife. Now it's fucking hot. Go have a quick fap, and go back to like finding how to make your life better, finding like inventing things, Like it's not. Is it supposed to be like, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? This has become like, what are we doing here, bro? Sometimes you gotta pull yourself back when you start to notice things. You pull yourself back and you're asking, wait a minute, what are we doing here, bro? Like, what is this? Something gotta change, right? I gotta change something. Like this is crazy. So the last thing I want to say, as you know, I have been avoiding normies and Bulgarians for a while. It has now been more than 2 years of like strategically not going into elevators with them. If somebody is entering the building, I'll be like, hey, I'll wait 2 minutes. I don't want to be with you. Hey, how are you doing, neighbor? Can I piss you off today? Can I say something stupid because I'm mentally controlled by demons? So I have been definitely been like doing tricks to just like go to the river, go where there's no people, just to like have a knife, just to like keep them away from me. Just like it's very important. I have my friends. I'm talking to foreigners online. These are the people I want to talk to. Here, apart from my family, no. Like I am living a happy life, socializing with only foreigners through my videos. Here, it's like I'm on an alien planet and I don't want to talk to nobody physically. just through videos online with my friends. That's it. And I knew they were like mentally ill, retarded, everything, but I've started to find out this like ancient stuff, how like regular, normies, they don't have any willpower to like when they get like urges, right? So if there's like demons, whispering in your ear to say something stupid, they can't control themselves. They just fucking blab about what they feel. They're like emotional. They're controlled. They're controlled by like hive minds. You never know who's speaking through them. And I'm like, you know what? When you find out, you're like, well, I should just stay away. This is like dangerous. There is no point to talk to what we call an organic portal. You're not you deciding what to say, how to. I might get angry. I might get a sudden urge to talk shit about Ray Ripley. I might decide, hey, you know what? I have a soul. I'm deciding. I'm not gonna talk about Ray Ripley right now, even though I do it all the time. But I can control myself, right? So if I'm talking to you and I feel an urge to get angry, I can control myself. Be like, you know what? I'm not gonna get angry at you. I feel like something is weird, something is making me angry, but I'm not gonna take it out on you. I'm gonna control myself because I'm a human being with a soul. But the normies, she might be in a bad mood. She might be, they're like bipolar. They randomly snap at you. They don't care. They don't control themselves. If she suddenly gets angry about how her husband treated her, she's suddenly gonna start yelling at you, say something insulting. Like they're walking organic portals. It's like mentally ill fucks, Tomorrow, the voices in her head can tell her to like assault me with a knife. What are we doing, bro? So you see there's something. Like I'm not making shit up. When they're so crazy, when they're so dangerous, like you're like, hey, I am parking all the way back at the supermarket parking lot. I'm parking all the way to the back where there's nobody. They seem to have like a hive mind where they want to come park right next to you. Like it's a full empty space. Somebody's gonna come park right next to you, and it's like, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here, bro? Like, let's say I park at an empty parking lot, right? Some like far away from the entrance, and I see some guy comes and parks right next to me on an empty field, and I'm like, you know what? Turn the car on, drive like 100 meters away from him, like all the way to the other side. And they're mental. He's gonna get thinking, hey, why did you move your car? Were you trying to say something? He's gonna try to get into a fight with you. They're fucking mental. If you let him park next to you, he's gonna like open his door, bang your door, scratch your car. They're treat them like they're fucking infected, because they are. They are fucking organic portals, bro. Okay, like, let's say you're watching TV with your wife, right? I'm a demon. I come whisper in your brain, hey, you should hit your wife in the face. She's such a bitch. Get into a fight with her. Really slap her. You'll be like, wait a minute. I'm a human being with a soul. I don't know why I'm getting these urges, but I'm not gonna act on them, right? So you will be like, these are some weird thoughts, that something's weird, something's wrong here. And you're not gonna react. You're gonna be like, hey, I don't know why I feel this way, but I'm just gonna keep watching the show. if it's like a random normie, Bulgarian, he would like immediately act like start yelling at her, try to like slap her playfully. Like this is like organic Porto, bro. Um, 2 or 3 years ago, somebody slashed two of my tires. I had parked my car pretty okay. I can't say that I've really like done something like these retards park way worse than me. They park like asking for it. They park so wrongfully, so visible that they're asking for somebody to slash the cars. Nobody touches them. I parked my car. Somebody slashed two of my tires at night. There was no reason. My car is not flashy. It's not drawing attention. My car is not flashy, okay? Not drawing attention. Somebody was passing at night and they got like a sudden urge, hey, I wanna slash somebody's tires. Hey, this guy, look at this guy, let me slash his tires. Right? Let me slash his tires. And it's like, they immediately act on it. They're not like, hey man, why am I getting these crazy thoughts? No, they act on it. And it's like, do you want to have a chat with these organic portals? You would be talking to, hey, you might be talking to Lucifer, who knows? It's a cool thing, but like, I don't know, man. Like if you choose to go outside and you're just like sitting on a bench, like I'm just chilling between the workout, some random boomer like comes to chat me up, I might be talking to 40,000 different demons